What is up? What is up, my gorgeous, sexy Facebook family? How is everybody going? How are you going? You're here with Kylie Pax, Australia's emotional eating coach, and I'm here to empower you to take control of your relationship with food. Create a body and a life that is sexier than a hot fudge sundae, because you get to do that thing on your terms. On your terms. If you're joining me here live, you know how we roll it out every single day. Throw me an emoji in the comments box. Let me know that you're here. And to all my replay watchers, sending you so much enormous, ginormous amounts of chocolate-coated love. I've got some love hearts coming through. Lana's in the house. Well, we have a very special episode, shall I say. I don't know now what to call this. I've launched myself down a track that I had not prepared myself for. Shall we call this Kylie TV? Kylie TV. We have a very special episode of Kylie TV today because thank you to everybody who's here. I know Lana says, what? It's Saturday. It is Saturday. It is indeed Saturday, and I never come live on a Saturday, but guess what? Here we are. I am live, and it is a Saturday. If all of you are rubbing your eyes going, huh? Yes, it's true. It's a Saturday, and Kylie TV is in the house. Kylie TV is in the house. I wanted to do this because I'd had this on my mind today, and then I thought, should I, shouldn't I? Because, hey, Kylie, the Kylie TV show. Yes, I just got on the Kylie TV show. So thank you so much. Jackie's here. Thank you very much. I thought, shall I do a quick live stream? Because as you know, I had committed to doing 12 months of live streams, and we're up to about month 9 now. I recalculated the other day. I know several months back I said, I'm up to month 9. No. I had miscalculated. So as it turns out, as far as I can see back, as I scroll through my feed on my page, I believe my very first one was on 4th of July, which I found easy to remember, although I am not clearly in the US. I found it easy because I know that's a big holiday over there, 4th of July. So it is, isn't it? Am I wrong? Maybe I just made that up in my head. So I have my green tea here, and I was just catching up on some emails. I caught up with some really great friends this morning. So many of you know, I am hooking up with an amazing new team who I did a little mini live stream with the other night. I'm going to take a sip though. Michelle Grant, how are you going? It's so great to have you here. I've got Michelle in the house. So I connected again with some new team members that I'm hooking up with, some phenomenal talent. I tell you, this city has phenomenal talent. And as I spent some time there this morning, and I shot back here this afternoon, and I'm thinking I've got all this stuff to catch up on. I don't know that I've made a lot of progress, but this is what I wanted to talk to you about. So what I thought was, as I tell now that I am digressing. What was I saying? Now, one of the biggest things is I've been told, stop saying and as I'm getting a weak connection, I'm umming and ahhing here, because what I was saying was I had committed to doing 12 months of live streams, and in all that 12 months, or the 9 months that I've been going thus far, I have missed two on occasions where I was just not able to actually do it. And I said to myself, Kylie, I said, do a live stream today, and that will balance out the imbalance of the 2 that I have missed, because I really do want to follow through, be a woman of integrity, and follow through on my word. Very, very important. I was not going to talk about qualities, but there are several qualities to me that are very, very important that I choose to live my life by. And the very top one is integrity. And to me, integrity means honesty. It means, and it means different things to different people. It means, so within that, I would put other qualities like honesty, timeliness, following through on what you say you're going to do. This is what your Dr. Seuss rhyme for the day. Following through on what you say you're going to do. Commitment and respect. And did I say honesty? I'm sure I did. Truthfulness, selflessness. There's a lot that goes in there into integrity, but it also covers yourself, right? So for me, for instance, Australia's emotional eating coach, it would be out of integrity for me to spend so long and work so hard for you all that I then was not taking care of myself. That would be out of integrity, right? So there's a really fine balance, really fine. And you have to find it, right? It doesn't just appear before you. Like you hear me say, magical fairies come and pixies dance, and here it is, your magical integrity. Just pick it up and do it. You got to figure it out. You got to try it on, test it out, see how it works for you. And I was actually just thinking, Eresha, thank you very, very much. A woman of your word. Right, exactly. That's what Lana says, a woman of your word. And it's so important to me. I can't work with people who are not on the same wavelength as that. So if somebody does not hold the same values as me, we just won't align. We won't. Doesn't matter how amazing the opportunities are. If we can't align like that, it's not ever going to work. So there's no point pushing forward. Now, I will just mention to you very briefly, because when you jumped on, you may have thought, she's back in the office cave and she's reverted back to doing her live streams in the office cave. And I just want to assure you, no, not. I am in the office cave. I've just christened my office a cave. My office is beautiful. I cannot show you because it's a little dark over and around there. You're not going to see anything because there's not enough light. But I will show you another time. And it's certainly not a cave. It's beautiful. And I do enjoy spending my time here. And I promise you that I'm not reverting back to doing all my live streams here like I did months back. So Jane, how are you going? It's so wonderful to have you all in the house. So this is the Saturday live stream. And it's a very brief message for you today. That as I talk about values and integrity, this is my top value. I have other values. I have 5 top values. So for me, I put myself on the spot now. I hope I can remember that. Integrity, clearly number 1. Integrity, very, very important to me. It's the guiding post for my whole life. That does not mean, please let me clarify, does not mean I've always got it right. Sometimes you've heard me talk about this all throughout the week here. Sometimes you veer off course. Sometimes you don't realize you're veering off course until you're way off into the scrub. Sometimes you know very well that you're veering off course and you choose to go anyway. That is when this section of you kicks in and says to you, what are you doing? And the head part of you, the mind part that just wants what it wants, goes, shut up. I want to do X, Y, Z, whatever it is, right? Of course, later, you pay the price because you don't feel good. You don't feel good about what you did, said, ate, right? We just use those examples. So once again here, I have this weak connection. I'm starting to get a little freaked out because I thought it was the very hot weather that was causing a weak connection. And I'm starting to think that's not the case at all. Not. Because I'm thinking back to my live stream yesterday where I was in a park, not after dark. But I do like to make up, as I said, Dr. Seuss rhymes. I was in a park, it was not after dark, and the connection was good. So I'm now coming to the realization that it's my location. Ashley, how are you going? Thank you so much for joining us here. I am going to take another sip of my green tea as the fabulous Tara joins us here. That was a big slurp, wasn't it? My apologies, that's very rude. Was that out of integrity? I'm not sure. So my values are number 1, integrity, number 1. My second value is honoring my body. And that clearly makes sense. With my job description, it makes sense. It only makes sense that the body would be the next very most important thing to me. And after that comes, I think I have connection, relationships, expansion, which this is what I class them as. There's no official titles for this. Expansion, which is self-growth and self-love and growing as an individual. I believe that comes next, and then connection. I've lost my orders, but the very final one for me is what I class as organization, which is something that I'm very big on, very big, because I'm OCD on the way I like things to look and how they need to sit and how it all has to be. So organization is another one of my core values, right? I don't like disarray. I don't want disarray in any area of my life, to be honest. I am also a bit of a control freak, but I don't think that classes on the values list. So once again, Lara says, it's good. Oh, I can see you well. Great. Thank you. Well, I'm glad because Facebook's kind of giving me a message here. It's telling me a weak connection. I said to you the other week, I said, honey, there ain't nothing about me that's weak. And I certainly don't want to be getting a message there for a weak connection. But in any case, we put a smile on our face, we go with the flow. This is the message that I wanted to leave you with today. If you don't do it consciously, you won't do it consistently. If you don't do it consciously, you won't do it consistently. Some of you are not seeing the results that you want to see in your life because you're not doing it consciously. What is it? What is it? It is the thing that is required for you to do to move towards the outcome that you want, right? So whether that be taking control of your relationship with food, whether that be, you know, achieving a certain body goal, a certain study goal, a certain work position that you're after, getting into a relationship, getting out of a relationship, whatever, making a relationship better, doing some education to further your career. If you're not doing it consciously, you won't be doing it consistently. And that consistency, as we know, is the key to success. Doing something sporadically might be great fun, entertaining, you take up a little bit of time on your Saturday afternoon, but it's not going to get you long-term results, is it? I mean, let's just be real. So doing something sporadically, entertainment factor may be high depending on what you're doing, but you're certainly not going to create any ingrained habits that will then glean. I do try and insert fancy words from time to time, but I'm not quite sure that I use them correctly. But it's good fun, right? It's good fun. Lana says, great message, because we do most things subconsciously. Right. Now, if I've not told you this before, here's an interesting fact. We make 221, don't forget the extra one, because apparently, you know, science will tell us it's very important. We make 221 food-related decisions per day. Only 20 of those are conscious. The rest are subconscious and emotion-driven. How important do you think it is that you create strong, steadfast habits around your eating and food choices so that you are not running on autopilot through the drive-through, onto Domino's, picking up the chocolate just mindlessly when you're in the shops? You're just like, clunk, 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 grab this, grab that, put it into your trolley. And then when you get the stuff home, you're kind of like, why do I even have that here? I certainly don't want it. I certainly don't need it. But now it's in the house. And now you got to deal with that factor. And then we tell ourselves all the stories like, well, it's just for the kids. I bought it for the kids. Did you? Did you really? Because I don't think so. No. I got your number. I'll call you right out now. I know we tell ourselves these stories. I've heard it from mothers all the time. Now, I'm not just saying, you know, only mothers. Many mothers will tell me, I need these like crazy snacks for the kids. And like, the kids could possibly have an alternative of like fruit, cut up veggie slices, toast, crackers. I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. Wild and crazy ideas. Doesn't have to be brightly colored, chemical coated, sugar doused foods. Doesn't have to be, right? Now, the reason I bring that up, nothing wrong with having those foods, right? If you want to eat them and the children want to eat them and you want the children to eat them, perfect. That is perfect. It's your prerogative. Have whatever you want, right? But don't fool yourself. Don't tell yourself stories such as, well, you know, they're for the children. I need those for the children. You don't need them. There are other options available if we care to look. If that matters, if it's important, you know, like I Can we like take a still frame of my face when we just came back, the connection came back, and I was like a little freaked out, just a little freaked out, because I was actually looking at my desktop computer where I can see myself, handy, right? I can see myself, and I thought, I'm still live over there. And then I thought, when is this one going to come back and resuscitate itself? And as I was off in Boogie Wonderland, considering my options, do I just end it? What do I do? Boom, I was back. So thank you very much. Yeah, Lana says, yes, we definitely make excuses. Cheryl, Cheryl, you were sending me texts, and that's why I wasn't answering, because I'm here chattering away. Yes, you would go tell the world your message. See, I can't see clearly. Yep, you go tell the world your messages, brilliant woman. And this is why I love this girl so much. You and your fabulous hair, Miss Cheryl. Gorgeous. So this was what I was about to say to you right before I was so rudely disconnected by the poor internet connection. I said, I said. The number one thing you will never hear from me is judgment. You're not going to see that coming your way. No. But with love and honesty, I'm going to always point out if we are trying to fool ourselves with delusional excuses that, I need to sit here all night and eat pizza because, there's no more food left in the fridge. Really? What about the carrot and the stuff here, like with the cabbage and the lettuce or whatever? That's not food? Seriously, how often? I used to do this all the time. Open up my fridge door. There's fruits. There's vegetables. I'd slam it shut. Go, there's no food in there. There's no food. And I would go off and order stuff. Because for some reason we're kind of like, that's diet food. That's diet food. That'd be diet food. I won't be eating that diet food. That's diet food. And so we don't want to eat that unless we are on a diet. So if we just remove the labels from food doesn't have labels. It might have labels when you buy it in the store, but when you get the concept, what I'm saying, food has no meaning. There is no meaning attached to food, right? A carrot doesn't have a meaning. A chocolate donut doesn't have a meaning. Ice cream has no meaning. Pizza does not have a meaning, right? They have no meaning. Nothing has a meaning apart from the meaning you give it. See how my face just got real serious then and be like, Nothing has a meaning apart from the meaning you give it. So if you decide that certain foods are good, bad, or something in between, you will use those meanings to base your food choices on that. So if you decide that, I don't know, fruit salad's really good and pizza is really bad, you're going to feel really good when you eat the fruit salad and really bad when you eat the pizza. And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out. If you eat pizza and feel bad, you're not going to then subsequently feel like taking great care of yourself the rest of the day. Once you feel bad about yourself, let me put the question out there. When you feel bad about yourself for something you said, did, or ate, are you more inclined to do something loving and kind for yourself? Or are you more inclined to go, I just cannot even believe. I can't believe I said that. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I ate that. I'm just going to eat all that chocolate now because what's the point? Messed everything up. Just give me the chocolate. Just give it to me, right? When you feel like you ate too much or ate something wrong because you put the label on it. There is no label. There is none. When you feel like you ate something wrong, you did something wrong, right? Are you then more or less inclined to be nice to yourself for the rest of the day? Are you then more or less inclined to make food choices that make you feel great about yourself and your body, or food choices that are now in alignment with the way that you feel about the food you just ate, the food that you labeled as bad? That was bad food. So now I feel bad. So I might as well just compound that with a whole nother kilo of more food. It's going to make me feel real bad for the whole rest of the day. So because already I'm just a bad person, I suck, right? I might as well reinforce that with my next round of choices. None of this makes any sense. If we think about it realistically, it literally makes no sense. It doesn't. You would never take, I say these things. I will just insert this random information in here, as I do very frequently. I never have any idea what I'm going to talk about when I hit go live on the camera. I stand there for about 3 seconds staring at the camera. I think, what am I going to talk about? My brain says, I don't know. And I go, all right. So I just press live and here's what comes out. Here's what comes out. You would never... I don't have children. Many of you know that. For those of you that don't, if you're joining me now for the first time, I don't have children. I also am heavily involved in a children's charity. Many of you do know that. And I would never walk up to an innocent child and just start treating them and talking to them in a hideous way. This is the absolute truth, right? There's a part of us inside that just wants to be treated nicely, right? Just wants to be shown some love and kindness and respect. But we come on in with our fancy plans and our ideas and the labels that we have plastered all over everything. This is good, this is bad, this is something in between. And then we take those labels, decide that they mean something specific about us and who we are as a human being, and then move forward in that judgment that we've cast on ourselves to then make the rest of the decisions that we make for that day, or until we can drag ourselves out of the pit and think, oh, I better start again. Maybe I'll be worthwhile. Maybe I'll be able to do, think, say, or eat something worthwhile tomorrow, because I've certainly stuffed it up today. If we could all sit in a room together in silence, but the voices in our head became audible, firstly, you would lose your mind because the chatter would be deafening, and then one by one we'd be carted off to the insane asylum. The stuff that goes on up here, I very often have questioned myself. I'm like, it's like an insane asylum up here that the inmates are running loose. That is what is going on up here most of the time. Not some, not a little, most of the time. Sorry, I thought Miss Molly had come in to play with me. She's not here. I'm all alone. That's okay. I thought Miss Molly was here. It is like a lunatic asylum up here. It is like a lunatic asylum where all inmates are running wild. That's what it's like. That's what it's like most of the time. So please tell me that I'm not alone, that I have not just put this out here all on my own, and you all are sitting back there just going, she'd be a little bit crazy, that one. I don't even know. I think I might just go disconnect from her or something. Like, it's like this for all of us. If somebody could hear the words that you say to yourself, they would be shocked. Shocked, I tell you. They would be shocked. And not only that, we've heard this before, but man, it is so true. If you walked up on the street and walked up to someone and started speaking to them the way you speak to yourself, that slap you across the face. That slap you across the face like this, like ka-chow. Like, I can't even do it. Ka-chow, right? You'd cop a backhander, because the abuse that we hurl out to ourselves is phenomenal. But somehow we think that's okay. That's perfectly normal. Would never consider walking up to a stranger or someone that you love speaking that way. But for us, to our own selves, I don't know, normal. Isn't that what you do? Isn't that what people do? Put yourself down, make yourself feel like a piece of crap. Isn't that what you do? No, actually, no, not so much. That is not normal. It is not the way we're supposed to roll. It's not the way we're designed to roll. Because you're never going to get the most out of yourself doing that, are you? I mean, are you? When you put yourself down, now look, I'll say, I've had people use different tactics on me, mentors, use different tactics on me to try and pull the best out of me, right? So I've experienced this on a personal level. I've had some mentors that have, and again, I'm always so brutally honest with you that it hurts. I've had some mentors that have, in my perception, because it's always my perception, right? They felt that they were coming from a place of love to draw the most out of me. I felt like I was being attacked. Like, come on, try harder. What are you doing? This is a joke. This is ridiculous. Are you serious? Move, right? Now, I've had other mentors, see my face, I'm still traumatized. I've had other mentors that have come at me from a place of love. Honey, I believe in you. I know you can do this. I'm cheering for you. I'm rooting for you. I'm cheering you on. Oh, you have everything that you need. Let me assist you. How can we draw this out of you? What new beliefs would you need to instill within you to be able to move forward? What's holding you back now, and what would help you to move forward? Two different tactics. And I'm not saying one is right or wrong, but one will always work better for you as an individual, right? As an individual. Now, for me, attack mode, clutching my heart, was not so great. It actually didn't work very well for me. I retreated and I contracted and I became almost physically smaller. Like, I wanted to get very small and run away and hide. I was scared. But my mentors that have come to me with love and an open expansiveness of their own heart, to that I opened up and blossomed, and I was able to then become more and then pass that on to others. So again, I'm not saying one is right or wrong, but I'm saying they will always work. You'll get better results based on the individual. So it's really wise to know who you're dealing with and what's going to work for them. Sometimes you can't know until you try it on. But based on that, the reason I went down that little route was because we usually don't talk to ourselves in the loving, open, expansive way. It's usually always hurling abuse. And do you like my choice of words? Hurling abuse at ourselves. It's like such a bizarre concept, but we do it pretty much morning till night. You get up in the morning, you walk to your bathroom mirror, and it starts. It's on for young and old. I cannot believe, oh my God, look at that cellulite, and oh God, I knew I shouldn't have eaten that stuff last night. It's still in the fridge. Oh my God, I've got to get rid of it. I've got to throw it out. But throwing it out's a waste of money. Oh no, okay, maybe I can feed it to someone. And now your mind is already off on a whirl. You're not present, you're not focused, you're not thinking about the things that you can and could be working towards today. The infinite possibilities available to you. No. You're already caught up in your own whirlwind of horrors that you created in your own mind, people. In your own mind. So this is, again, I had no idea this was the message that was going to come out, but here it is. The crux of what I was going to say to you was around building healthy habits, and that if you don't do it consciously, you won't do it consistently. If you don't do it consciously, you won't do it consistently. So set yourself sticky notes. If the horror talk is messing with your head and your potential and your goals, dreams and desires, because it's so much deeper than, oh, I talk bad to myself all the time. You think that doesn't affect your ability to function, to get the most out of yourself in your life, to be able to create a life for yourself and others that matters, that leaves a legacy? Yeah, it all matters. Every single word you say to yourself matters, because you, and it's scientific fact, not making this stuff up, you believe your own words. I don't know what the percentage is. So as I tell you, this is scientific fact. I should get these things straight before I say them. But you believe your own words more than you will ever believe anybody else. I could charge into your house now. I could tell you you're great, you're fabulous. But if you stand there and tell yourself you're great, you're fabulous, you believe it a whole lot quicker, a whole lot faster, and gain a whole lot more momentum. It's a shorter, condensed amount of time before you will believe your own self more than you believe somebody else, right? This is just what I really want you to get. Your words matter. Your thoughts matter. Every single thing you think, it's critical. And if you identify a thought process, run around in here, in the lunatic asylum, if you identify one that is not empowering and is not working for you, cull it. Cull it. You have the ability to do that. That's your God-given right. It's your God-given right, people. So I have got these wild comments coming through here. I'm just going to scroll through and have a bit of a look. And should I get my glasses so I can actually see what's going on? It's good to see you. Oh my gosh. Okay. Great message. Yes, because we do these things subconsciously. Have I gone too far? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Yes, Cheryl's going, you go, Tiger. Take the world on. Exactly. Oh God, I love this girl so much. Yes, Australia's internet is worse than third world countries. Is it, Lana? Because I right now, I'm not doubting you one iota. Cheryl says, yeah, what comes out is your positivity, brilliance and beauty. Go, girl. God, I love you so much. Thank you so much. Lana says, real food comes from Mother Nature's bounty, not numbers on a package list, preservatives, additives. Right, Yes, 100% I am raising an emoji hand on that. Cheryl says, yeah, I'm a well-trained behavioral scientist and you have nothing to worry about, babe. You are saying what a lot of women are thinking, right? Thank you. And this is my mission. I want to be the one, what I was actually going to say? I want to be the clown that steps out there, right? So, self-talk. I want to be the one that steps out there and says what everybody sits back and thinks, but nobody's got the guts to step up and say. I'll be the one to say it because I got no shame. Firstly, I got no shame. I'll step up and I will say the truth because we all suffer with this behind the scenes, You see when I start getting really real? Like, come on, Truly, my relationship with food, as you know, was so tortured. For 30 years, I was suicidal. I was depressed. I did not want to live, right? That's just the start of the story, the start. That's just like a sprinkle on the icing of the story of what I went through. And we all have our stories. Of course we do. And they're all valid. Some parts are joyous. A lot of it is painful. But I want to be the one that will always stand up and tell you the truth. I'm never going to sugarcoat it and say to you, oh, overcome emotional eating. Ding! Piece of cake. God, I'm such a blast. It's not always easy, and sometimes it's very messy and it's brutal. I've been the girl that ate food out the bin, right? So I know what I'm talking about. It's degrading and it's demoralizing to live that way. Anyway, as I am now crying, Cheryl says, yeah, you're saying what a lot of us are thinking. Thank you. Right. Yeah, Lana says, no, not anymore. Okay. Annie's here. Hey, how you going? Beautiful. Lana, yes, I love that. What? Love those that make ourselves uncomfortable and challenge us. Yes. There are, you know, babe, they're our greatest teachers. Angela's here. How you going? I have a few more things to do this year. Thank you. Thank you. Go help me. I think you're saying I've helped you. So thank you, Lana. Love your gusto. Thank you. We don't need to relive the story, sweetie. Right. Yeah. See, this is why I love this girl. Love. My spiritual guru swoops in and saves me from myself. Right. But this is it. You can see the passion behind what I do. You can see the reason why I do what I do. It wasn't a random decision for me to step up and work in the arena of emotional eating. Sometimes I speak with, marketing people around this sort of thing. And it's like, how can your message be better known? I said, well, one of the very first challenges that I face is that this is not like a weight loss program where everybody's real excited about posting their before and after pictures, right? It's not like that. The industry that I work in, many girls are ashamed and embarrassed and not in a place of pride where they want to come out and go, yeah, I stuff my face with 5 liters of ice cream at night. Yeah, I eat until I could physically vomit. I feel completely out of control around food. You're not going to find women sitting around on their coffee breaks discussing that stuff because they feel deeply ashamed and they want to hide it. I will be the one that will stand up and say to you, if you think for a second that you're alone in this, you'd be tripping. Just about every person out there deals with this on some level. It may not be as brutal as what I've described to you today. It may be a much milder version, but we all have these things that we deal with, all of us. The thing that holds the greatest power over you when it comes to this that we deal with eating, where the power lies, where the shame lies, is in the fact that we keep it hidden. It's not the event, it's not the occurrence that causes you to feel so ashamed and guilty. It's the fact that we keep it hidden. It's the secrets that hurt us the deepest. So this is why I do what I do. This is why I stand up before you every day and I say the things that, are amazing and the things that are not so amazing, but they all need to be heard. They all matter. So on that note, I want to say to you, if this sounds like something that you're ready to step up and say, yeah, I'm so ready to get this out of my life. Yes, I am the one that has this feeling of shame surrounding me every time I have to think about eating any food and every time I do end up eating food. Yes, I'm the one that hides things in my sock drawer, in my bras. I stuff my face when I'm in the car and then I immediately eliminate the evidence before I actually get home. So I'm making several stops. I'm the one that promises myself every Monday, this time it's going to be different, this time. And then by Monday mid-morning, you're back at it again. The same repeated patterns are showing up time and time again. They're holding you back from your full potential. They're holding you back from being all you can be because you're not comfortable in your body. Please. You're not even remotely comfortable in your body. It's holding you back from being fully engaged in your life, with your family, with the people you care about. It's holding you back from achieving your dreams and your full potential. If that sounds like you, please send me a private message. I have positions open now for private one-on-one coaching. If this is something you'd like to talk about, you can see from the openness and the honest manner that I have spoken to you about this today, I know what I'm talking about. I've been 25 kilos heavier than I am now. I've also been much skinnier, and I use the word skinny on purpose because I wasn't slender, trim or toned. I was really skinny and did not look good at all. I've been much skinnier than I am right now. I've been much heavier than I am right now. Neither of those positions had me in a joyous place because your joy, your happiness, what you're searching for doesn't come in a particular body size. I'm not saying that you shouldn't try and achieve a certain body size because we want to feel physically comfortable. So it is about the weight, but it's also not about the weight. And it's the synergistic blending of those two that give you the results that you're after. So if this sounds like you, send me a private message. We can connect and find out if private coaching is the best avenue for you to be taking. But I want to thank you again so much. Yeah, hiding keeps us in the shame. Right, Lana, exactly. Claudia, how you doing? It's so great to have you here. Yes. Love the vulnerability. Thank you very much to everybody who's been here today. So as I say, if this sounds like you can either go on over to kyliepax.com/coaching or just send me a PM. Send me a PM and I'm more than happy to talk to you about it and help you in any way that I can. Thank you again for hanging out with me on this Saturday afternoon. What an absolute delight. I do think I'm happy that I did this live stream. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Cheryl, she says, Jacques, God, you can see when my Aussie accent kicks in. Jacques said you should be doing the news on TV. Hook me up, baby. Hook me up. I'll shimmy my way on in there. I will own that news feed. So again, thank you very much to everybody who's been here. I'm sending you enormous amounts of chocolate-coated love. Please do remember, you know how we roll. The only person who has the power to change your life is you. When you step up and step out of the darkness and the shame and let go of some of this stuff that's going on in here, that is when you've got what it takes. Sending you so much love, so much gratitude. Thank you very much. Have an enormously wonderful weekend and I will catch you next week. Until then, my sexy people, bye for now.